BZ, Simp, and Celium, the Atlanta FaZe.
The Atlanta FaZe not only home to one of my favorite new songs, but home to some of the iciest and coldest players in the game. And I gave you a player to watch. I'll give you one of my own, Slasher, with 10 clutches on the season, 5 of those being 1v1s, 4 1v2s, and 1 1v3. He's going to be your player to watch in that game number 2. It's the Atlanta FaZe. I want to see the FaZe ups in the crowd if you're going for that red. Let's get this match started, Lando.
Let's do it, Allie. Indeed, as we said, the 4th matchup of the season. It is about to be a blast. Atlanta FaZe, LA Thieves, Bryson Tunn. Take it away, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Lando. Yes, we are live. We are ready for this game. Some people have been anticipating this since the schedule was released, Tom.
Me and you both, actually, as well. On top of that, we were very excited to see us casting this one in what should be an absolute banger. Of course, the finals from our previous major. We're very excited to see how this one goes down. And it's pretty clear-cut, the picture that we've been talking about. The desk have brushed over it quite a lot there as well. Hard points, you think, in Thieves, of course, but the Search and Destroy Masters that are Atlanta FaZe. That Game 5 is a worrisome thing for the side of Thieves if we do indeed get there. The game plan's laid out. Everyone knows which way this one should go in certain game modes, but the control is the real stickler for me. Whichever way that one goes, I believe the team who wins that wins the series.
All right, bold call from the off. One thing I do know about this matchup, it's always fun, it's always entertaining. There's a lot of talent on the stage here in Texas. And speaking of Texas, I was actually told that everything is bigger in Texas, but the crowd noise has yet to surprise and amuse me. Like, Texas, are you awake in this venue? That's okay, we can do better. We can get going.
We'll get it going, we'll get it going.
I promise you, this is going to be a good game, and you'll be on the edge of your seat by the end of it. Atlanta FaZe versus LA Thieves, one for the ages, and it's crazy we've got this in the first round.
Oh, it's insane that we get it. And it is also, of course, we say a good matchup and a rivalry in terms of how they do face off against each other in competition. But both these two teams, there was a lot of smack talk after last time they went up against each other because it was because of Mikado. We're talking about Stegglers, we're talking about all kinds of things, but let's see who's going to play the best on the day. Atlanta FaZe starting on the more favorable side, kills coming in for BZ to kick things off.
Yeah, you are correct. The bad blood here could make it a spicy series indeed. LA Thieves will be looking for this hard point to begin with. It's all about the rotations. The spawn's already flipping for them.
Yep, happy to flip them. By the looks of things, Simp spawning out will immediately give that information over towards the side of Atlanta FaZe. Envoy will find 2 though. A little bit of scrap time on offer. There's number 3. Nicely done. Celium will clean it up. Here comes the pressure. 23 seconds to go until we head over towards P2. Atlanta FaZe looking to posture over towards it.
As the reason he's one of the most prevalent slayers in the CDL. He is gunning. That's 6 already. A cruise off the rip. We're not even in P2 yet. Celium is trying to find this last one as well. Should be able to clean it up. 7-0 start. Almost an 8-0, but eventually shut down by Kenny. Spawns are going to be the issue.
That's a big kill coming in from Draza. Looking like a couple of the members of Atlanta FaZe had made a rotation over towards P2. Was working out for them. Draza was alone, still is alone. Envoy will find one through the middle. Draza, Envoy working it together. It's back-to-back 3 pieces for Envoy to break up in P2. Rotation locked in, phased out, a lot of work to do.
And the FaZe thought they might have had that in the bag, not to be so. Time ticking up for LA Thieves. The pinch coming in from Atlanta FaZe. They have bodies in every single direction, but that's all they've got. Bodies hitting the deck, as they have not found a kill on the attack here yet.
Celium's the only one who can answer back to that critic. Hedges control will matter. No, that is pretty much a full 60 for the side of the LA Thieves. Scoreboard check, have a look. Envoy is the one who is causing issues. He really has been clinical for this side, especially when it comes down to rotations. We see him so early on those. He was there to help Draza out, which locked down all that P2 time. 10 seconds remaining. Every single one of those seconds over towards Thieves. Set up now for FaZe. It was there for P2. Can it be better for P3? Oh, that's big already.
Trying to hold desperately against a sea of slaying. But all of it goes for Thieves. It's almost perfect. Simp finds 2 back though. And that's the 3rd for Simp, the only man standing up to Thieves. And they're waiting for reinforcements. Simp has managed to do everything they can. Kane will fire back with his own. The trades come in. Atlanta FaZe eventually wreck control back. And it is a godsend from Simp.
And they absolutely needed that. That would have been back-to-back perfect breaks coming in from Thieves. We speak about perfect breaks. It comes the second time of asking now. Can they manage to lock down this final 30 seconds? The breaks have been so impressive for Thieves. It's something we talk about in their hardpoint game. It's so crucial for them to find them, and when they do, they win games. That's 2, 3 hills so far. looking good for the side of Thieves in terms of the breaks. It's a solid lead heading over towards Barbershop.
The slaying isn't even that far out. It's just nothing going the way for Thieves. Going the way for Atlanta FaZe when they want it. And now you can see the Thieves moving again. Almost going to be perfect teamwork, but they end up getting the team kill as well. This time, Atlanta FaZe have it locked in. Can they hold off the push they know is coming?
Third time the charm, that has to be the question here for FaZe. Break not going to come through Envoy, who has really been the catalyst for this side so far. So it's slow and steady. Maybe wins the race here for the side of Thieves now, who are going to be pushing through the front street. Slasher ready to lock this down. They're rocking a hard place. If you're Thieves, Kenny were the first one to fall. Good play coming in from FaZe so far. This is some decent chunk of time. FaZe cleaning up the front as well. And they're getting themselves on the board here, Bryce. That was crucial that they got at least 30 seconds here. There's 30 seconds more to play for.
Yeah, they've been slaying back and forth between them, but still holding. There's going to be a lot of pressure coming through. Celium's that one slip down the gap. Now Thieves is going to be in. He finds the first kill, but he's outnumbered. Fortunately, his teammate gets into there at the same time. Slasher running for his life, but Thieves still doing a really good job of racking up the time.
Rotational gunfights now starting to go down. Kenny and Envoy already here. Simp on his own. Simp already dead. Celium goes to the challenge. It really has been rotations. That has been 50-50. But if you look at the scoreline, it tells you what Thieves have been doing well when they get round there. Okay, well, they find the holds, but only momentarily. Easy to find another. Now looking like this rotation goes towards FaZe. Seems like they're starting to heat up into this game just a little bit, but the holds need to be better.
They've got at the moment BZ on 3. LA Thieves going for this big stack. They're waiting, they're biding their time, trying to get through, but they're not finding the kills where they need them. This has put them stacked now. They're back into the respawn, and Abizi is starting to take over. 6th streak for him now. Cruz in the back pocket as well. And this is exactly what they needed. Regain the momentum, start taking it to Thieves.
And that's the thing with Mercado. You can have one good rotation, one good 60 hold. You're back into the game. You're not going to get the 60 by the looks of things, though. 20 seconds of scrap time. Influential for both two teams. Easy for the challenge. That was what I want to say 5, 7, 8 seconds or so going over towards Thieves uncontested. Rotation though, not uncontested. You can see two members of FaZe setting up towards the alley side. Abizi on the 7th spree, looking to break it from the other end, but Envoy will deal with the other two on the other side of the map. Now FaZe, it's a perfect break that you have to now find. Thieves set up in a good place.
At this point, I wonder if Atlanta FaZe might call in the Cruise. They've got to get the tax in position, but it will move LA Thieves out of position if they do it. Abizi though, stacking towards back alley. He's already going to fall. Envoy finds the first. The rest of Atlanta FaZe are finding nothing. Drives against one more. Sim finds a kill, but Slash, who is miles away, almost finds the second. But again, it's a hold for Thieves.
And it's all about the pinch here for FaZe. They haven't been able to set it up. Well, the setup has been there, but the kills haven't come in either end. The kills fall through for the side of Thieves. It's another really good hold. After the first couple of hills, it's been pretty clinical for both two teams, but is this hold going to continue for Thieves? Not quite. 20 seconds left to go on this hill, and FaZe will pick up the time. And it was much needed. Thieves are starting to run away with this, but now Draza locking down the car park as we head over towards P7. Thieves are the first one here, and this is an opportunity to get some good time again.
Patience is now a virtue. Here comes the first. Can the team get the tax and grenade in place early enough? And they will. Celium finds one. Abizi finds a second. And they're now swinging into it. Sim finds a third. Octane now alone. A sea of tiny terrorists swarms upon his corpse. And they have broken into this, considering how LA Thieves have looked all the way through this hard point. This score is very close.
And that comes down to Celium's crews coming in, obviously. But look at where Abizi was. Blue side pushes through, finds one. All of a sudden, Thieves have been pinched, and all of a sudden, it's went over towards the side of FaZe. It's a wonderful break from them. And this is 30 seconds of time, which will somehow, some way find FaZe in the lead. Based on what we've seen in this game so far, though, it's felt like Thieves all the way through. FaZe have kept themselves in touch. FaZe about to take the lead.
Well, they're looking for this, they're continuing to hold, and as they are on the cusp of taking this game into the lead, let's find out what they sound like in the comms with Atlanta FaZe. Listen in.
He's still back long on
Where?
Where'd he go? I don't know. He's still long 10. They're gonna be behind me 10. I got someone behind me. I have deep dead.
I
have deep dead. I got one dark.
I'm trying to take 1 minus on here.
I think time.
Watching on team, get down.
Could be top. I'm trying.
Okay, just go. I'm
I
think they're all playing yellow side.
I barber cross.
I don't see anything dark.
They're gonna be deep here. I don't see anything barber.
Chris.
Minute for me too.
I want to
No wall challenge. No wall. I spawn yellow.
They want me.
Heads on me. One shot heads. And one more tunnel. Push through. Tunnel. Yellow man. One shot. Yellow man. On team tunnel.
I spawn up barber.
He's left side hill. I'm trying to help you both side. How short, guys? Constantly bar side also. Alright, you guys play bar round. I ain't short. Nothing more. I see them in. I'm lucky challenge. Hold on. Heard you. No one short. Alright, literally 3 on time. They're going barber side though. 2 barber side. Short. I'm about to go. Short the barber. I'm trying to lose one. And one barber.
Well, it's been back and forth. Atlanta FaZe had the lead, but lost it on P1 and lost the P2 spawns, even with the streak that CDL went on.
And that is 2 cruise missiles now in the back pocket for the side of Atlanta FaZe. Can they use this to break potentially? Slasher now on top, Slasher dead. And this is going to be a hold by the looks of things from the side of Thieves. Got to slow down the push through alleyway. They're about to break 200. This is a good opportunity to put themselves within spitting distance of a map #1 win.
This might even be the last push from FaZe. They have to go, and they have to go now. They can't really afford it. Go for it. CDL gets the team kill, though. Kenny jumps on the top. He's weak. He's going to be there. Can CDL find the next one? Kenny sprays, and CDL gets it. The scrap time is good. This is what they need, but the rotation kills are better. Simp is here. He gets the kill as well. It's 2 for Simp. They have the rotation.
Rotation locked in from Simp with 2 minutes plus in the hill. It's all been about the SMGs for FaZe. When they're finding points they can get in the hill, they're locking it down. Thieves are forced away. Both teams breaking 200 points. We're over towards P3. A huge moment in this game. Thieves starting to posture. Here they go.
They've got bodies, they've got kills, they're now swarming in. CDL desperately fighting for his life. Looking as you can see all the LAC players flood through and he's alone. They're putting the pressure on him. Oh boy, he's not going to find him. But CDL staying alive desperately here. He needs to keep them occupied. The rest of them on the way. The cruise missiles are now committed. Atlanta FaZe back into this hill and they're doing it with numbers and gunning.
Salium still alive inside the point as well, allowing the rest of the team to come through whilst Thieves focus. Both 2 teams picking up about similar times so far. In this one, the final few gunfights, Kenny will win one. Does he know he's behind him? My goodness, Kenny! And that's going to be a huge 15 or so points for the side of Thieves. They're going to be within touching distance. They have the rotation. FaZe, one more opportunity to find a break, and then you need to be perfect. The fact the cruise missile might help them.
Here we go. Tags and nades will be committed back alley. You can already see it going. He's put it. The boost is hit. He doesn't find it, but Abizi breaks in with 2 regardless. LA Thieves have been rebuffed from the barber shop. The haircuts are not coming today. Draza fighting for his life. He knows he has to hold this door open. The rest of them are pouring through. Simp and Kenny trade out at the end. Envoy now flies into the point. Guns are firing on all cylinders from all of these players. But at the moment, Thieves have found some ingress, and it will be Celium. And now Thieves are too far away. They have to go.
Big gunfights going on in the middle. Draza will find one. 37 seconds on the clock there for FaZe. They broke 240. It's in the ascendance in for them now. Thieves have got to go.
Envoy going through, but he's down. Simp with 2. Simp with no. Doesn't get it.
Gotta go.
But in seconds. And FaZe take the hard points. Thieves had it most of the time. But it's not about how you start. It is about how you end. And that is a dagger to Thieves from the outset.
And you gotta feel like the rotations from Thieves, majority of the way through, were looking good. But they just couldn't lock the time down. Simp and Abizi going off where needed. Simp dropping 2 minutes and 22 seconds inside of the hill. It's a tough one to take for Thieves, and that one, Draza never really got going. Neither did Slasher on the side of FaZe, but ultimately it comes down to Simp and Abizi finding these breaks with the SMGs towards the latter stages of the game. Thieves had a hot start, but didn't really count for much in the score department. The answer will be no.
Yeah, kind of a crazy game all around, realistically. It felt like it should have been way better for Thieves into the score earlier on. But we'll go over some more things that happened on that map. Before we go forward with analysing it, let's have a little rewind back to our scuff play of the game. These are the final kills that came through. Abizi with 2 in the end. And you can see the panic on Draza's face here. He knew he had to hold it. His team was spawning out.
And the thing is, on this one, if you push the right direction of your FaZe, if you lock down Cantina and also lock down the alley, if you're Thieves, you spawn in the middle of bloody nowhere. You can see immediately with Draza up there, all the way back towards the courtyard, over towards the spawn side. Celium finds those 2, 20 seconds is all you need here for FaZe. And look at Simp immediately, through the middle of the map, putting the pressure on. Thieves here, you can't just run through this, you've got to run through the guns of players like Abizi, of players like Simp. And at this stage, it's Thieves, sprint forward, just hope for the best, and Simp It would have been an absurd three-piece to end the game, but it pretty much did. Celium locking the time down. Just good hardpoint play at the end from the side of Atlanta FaZe. And map number 1 will be a massive, massive dagger to Thieves, who just couldn't convert some of their good work, to be honest with you. It was a strange one. It felt like rotations work in their favor. It felt like a lot of the breaks were going in their favor. But considering you look at the kills and you look at how much they got outslayed, an 11-point game is still going to sting.
Look, when you got Celium dropping a 1.8, we haven't even really touched on this as well. 3 cruise missiles from Atlanta FaZe. Even when they were losing in the rotations, their players were finding streaks left, right, and center. And they used those in critical moments. They waited, they played around the artillery they had found the entire time. And for LA Thieves, considering the disparity in the slaying, they're going to be upset they ended up losing it.
Yeah, that will be a stinger, to be honest with you, especially with how this map's going to lay out the series this time around. We've got Embassy Search and Destroy now coming up. FaZe and Thieves actually are both undefeated on this map. But the 2-0 for Thieves doesn't really count for much when you're going up against FaZe. It's going to be a very difficult one, but that was a map I expected to go towards the side of Thieves. They don't manage to close that one out, and all of a sudden you're staring down the barrel. Even if you can find one more of the hard points here, you at least see a map number 5 here against FaZe.
Yeah, and that's kind of the crazy thing. Like, we spoke earlier about this, right? We said LA Thieves, we favor them in the hard points. Obviously, you can't look past FaZe in the S&D. You just can't. Their statistics are ridiculous. They're setting streaks, they're setting records. And even when we spoke to Thieves earlier, we spoke to a little bit of their camp, we kind of caught them through, and they said, hey, like, what do you do against them in this kind of match? Like, how do you deal with it? They go, well, we'll just challenge.
Yeah, well, you have to. You have to. At some stage, you say to yourself, okay, well, look, these guys have got perfect records, and as you mentioned, we were talking to Shane about it. They're sitting at 7-0, but when was the last time they played? Is that still there? Have they worked on it? Because they're so good, nobody's challenging it. Is the competition level for Embassy Search and Destroy still going to be there for the side of Atlanta FaZe? The numbers do indeed speak for themselves. A 12-game win streak on Search and Destroy is, I believe, a CDL record. They are pretty much the best S&D team that has existed in the CDL era. And now, if you're Thieves, you're heading into a map 2 that FaZe have not lost. You are 1-0 down in this series. Losers bracket is starting to creep up on you just a little bit already. Hey, they did pretty well down there last time. I don't know, you may well be heading there though if you can't show up yet for the rest of the series. Search and Destroy coming up. But as said, it's Embassy. Atlanta FaZe have been lights out on this map from the word go. Haven't seen it in quite some time though, Bryce.
And that may be the difficulty. When we were breaking this one down, we said that's why it was so incredible when Thieves lost that first hard point. Because everything is telling you S&D is phases, S&D is phases. The Thieves, though, they'll be looking to break this blessing. They'll be looking to get rid of the mythical streak that Atlanta FaZe are on. Let's see what they can do.
Well, that was 4 hard points in a row up until that map where Thieves went up against the side of Atlanta FaZe. They lose that one, and while FaZe's Search and Destroy streak, if it wants to come to an end here, that would be good for the side of Thieves, but busy with the first blood. Grenades up towards P3, shutting down that power play. Keep an eye on Envoy, though. He's the one who could potentially do something here. He doesn't see him, but he's not going to see him, so he's going to get traded immediately. He didn't check his left-hand side. You don't check your corners. Captain Price, he says exactly what you need to do. Kenny now left in a 1 versus 3.
Flash, leave him. Leave him. Let Abizi get over there and find the last kill, but I think they are going to square up here. It's a fight. Slash has a better position. Take all the time in the world. And Atlanta FaZe open up proceedings with first blood himself, Abizi.
And Envoy, he makes the call there to make that push, which is always a good one. But no information as to whether a player is pushed over or pushed out from up top PD. Doesn't check it. That's a 50-50. I mean, in that sort of situation, you pre-aim and thinking, okay, somebody could be coming across this cross at any stage here. So that's why he doesn't check his left, gets punished for it.
Well, I want to say realistically, everything Abizi did there worked out beautifully. Not only was he patient when the door was opened, he took that one into his mind. He said, hey, I know a player's going to be in there. As soon as his teammate got traded, he turned, killed Envoy, turned straight back to Challenge Raza. He knew that player was going to be there. The patience pays off. 3 in the first round. Atlanta FaZe up. But already an aggressive defense here coming in from Atlanta.
Tiny Terrors lingering around the toilets at this moment in time. Abizi with the stun check will just continue to survive. But the problem is here for Kenny, yeah, you spot one. it, you know Simp's there as well. What you do now is this bomb's gone down towards the B side. If you're Thieves, you just have to hold tight.
Kenny doing a great job of holding him off here. Octane
They're about flying him.
with the sniper banging as well. He's got Kenny blocking for him, but he has to stay alive for it as well. Kenny still trying to find them. Abizi will get it. Selim will get the second one. First blood again for Abizi. And LA Thieves are scrambling. The only thing on their side is the clock. 20 seconds left to go. One player down. But that is a clearance. That is a retake. And Abizi's now on 5.
Just every time you watch it, you're like, oh, I wonder if Abizi will have a bad search and destroy again. Well, just, I mean, I must be stupid for even considering it. It's ridiculous every single time. The stats that this man can put up. 2 first bloods to his name already. The first blood, the S&D king of the CDL, is 5-0 to kick off the game here against the LA Thieves, who look like they're reeling right now. Octane towards the back there with the sniper. That's the kind of situation, if you can find one, yeah, okay, that's fine. But you're going to get pushed immediately. As soon as there's 3 of them in PD, FaZe like, right, well, Octane's towards the back. Fly at him. Just fly at him.
A lot of pressure coming through. Kenny tried to hold him off as long as he could, but this round has started. LA Thieves looking to take control, but it's first blood for Atlanta FaZe again. You can see Thieves trying to get back in position for it. Trades going down, back and center. And more kills, and it's now only going to be Kenny left alive in a 1 versus 3. Is there a hope? Is there a redemption? Is there a miracle on this map? And he finds the first.
Well, there's one side cleared. But good look at this gunfight. Oh, okay, there's one. 1v1.
He doesn't know where Slasher is, I don't think.
Did he shoot him? Did he shoot? He might know. He might know.
Kenny for the recal! And no, Cinderella, you will not go to the ball. There is no glass slipper here on this S&D. Atlanta FaZe hold it down, prevent the clutch. Something that Thieves really wanted.
It's maybe a bullet more for the side of Kenny to find that round. And that is the first even creak we've seen from Atlanta FaZe in this one so far. Potential 1v3 was on the cards. They'll switch their minds back on now. They will still be happy to be up 3-0. What's going on their defensive side? A lot of grenades typically do head over towards that crossing. They're coming from the mid-cut here. They start to send over. Is anybody here from the side of Thieves to answer back to this? As Abizi starts to get aggressive, as has Draza. He'll call him going up the ladder. Celia will deal with him. Here comes Abizi. It's now a 2v4 for Thieves.
Kenny finally gets one back. Little bit of lifeblood. Simp hunting as well. And this is patient. This is calm. Thieves want another pick before they do anything. Atlanta FaZe are setting up.
And they'll be hearing this, though, if you're the side of Thieves, or will you? Yeah, you will. Kenny goes up the channel. Kenny will just be eviscerated immediately. And now Octane, left in a 1 versus 3. It is just quite simply masterful so far from the side of Atlanta FaZe. Literally nothing that Thieves can do against this 4-0. This is arguably a bit boring. FaZe just looking so good right now.
And we said before, we know why this came in. We know the chow was going to be made. Hope that they haven't improved. Hope they haven't got better, but they're still every bit as good on this map. They are a force to be reckoned with. But realistically, how do you veto against a team that just refuses to lose S&D?
It almost feels though like Thieves are playing a little bit scared. Well, rightfully so, but they're not challenging anything at those 50-50 points. So you think of that mid-cut that you get up towards the toilet side. As soon as FaZe are pushing that, they're kind of just giving it up at all stages. Thieves are not putting themselves in the position to do something about what FaZe are doing. Now Thieves are set up towards the B side. It's an easy push once again. Yeah, okay, they've got eyes this time. Draza gets aggressive, finds the kill. First blood for Thieves.
Exactly what they needed. For Atlanta FaZe, the map control is not there. All Thieves have to do is play this carefully, get the trade right, and you get back into it. And Draza goes flying out and Slash almost gets the second guns everywhere. Selim will take him down, back to a 2 versus 3. LA Thieves still hold the advantage.
Difficult spot. Simp and Celium. But if you're Envoy here, you just need to hold this cross, nothing too crazy. Celium out the top window, you'll see one. Or did he see him? I'm not too sure. Simp will find a kill to Envoy, 2v2.
And now, it's all evened up. The only thing for Thieves is time. Can they find it? And oh my goodness, Simp finds another. Octane, left alone for the clutch. What can he do? Where can he go?
Oh, the calls come through from Sip. He's already seen him. He's flying at him.
Oh my goodness. Thieves, full advantage that time. But it doesn't matter. Sim says, all right, I'll take care of this one, lads. You can relax. 5-0 now to FaZe. The Tiny Terrors really living up to their name. S&D has become a no-go game mode for every other team in the CDL.
Well, the question was, is somebody going to chow the Mount Embassy, as Nameless was asking for? Well, here's the chow, and well, I don't think we see it for quite some time. Sim now on a 5-3, the grenades going over towards the cross. BZ will be blooded this time, though. It's Draza with another one for the side of Thieves. It will take a full sail against Atlanta FaZe when Embassy Search and Destroy to tie this series up.
Still moving, cruise control in hand, actually going, oh! Sim, that's not fair! Octane was ready, but he wasn't ready! And now Draza left alive. There are streaks on the map. He does not have the bomb, he does not have the time, he does not have the teammates. And down he goes. The streak continues. And chat up on Embassy, and you shall feel the wrath. We've just seen a map become an auto veto for the rest of the tournament.
You don't chow them on Embassy. You don't do it. We'll never see it again. We'll never, ever see it again.
Every single analyst in the CDL went, no, that down. That one's not coming through against them anymore.
Can you veto S&D full stop? I don't think you can. Atlanta FaZe just looking like mythical beasts on the map when it comes to this game mode. The stat line tells the story. It's a donut for Octane, which you'll hate to see, but honestly, when it comes down to it, when you're going up against FaZe, it's plausible that that might happen to some of the best players in the world. 2 more for Abizi on the first blood counter, which is just running off the scale. We're running out of numbers and objectives to describe his search and destroy prowess. That is now a very dangerous scoreline for the side of Thieves. Not one without something they can possibly get back into this one. But the problem for them is, if they want to win this game, they will have to end the S&D streak.
Yeah, they really will. And let's face it, realistically, Thieves only got 9 kills in 6 rounds. Not fun. Not fun for anybody, but hey, what happens for the rest of this one? Do Thieves make this comeback? We'll have to find out at map number 3. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We are live here at the Esports Stadium Arlington. And it's been a great major so far. Maybe not for Thieves in that last map, but other than that, fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think we want to see that one again. If you're on the side of Thieves, I mean, we as we mentioned, we did have a chat with Shane's backstage over the process of where you went with on the videos, and we sort of said, okay, yeah, maybe they haven't played in a little while, okay, so we'll see if we can do something, but our typical Embassy Search and Destroy has not been that great, and well, we got a perfect example of that there. FaZe now 2 to the good, but still, reverse sweep could be on the cards.
It could be, and it'll probably come down to the big guns on both sides. Slasher and Octane will be facing off this time, and I know Octane dropped a donut in the S&D, but typically when we see him do that, he comes back roaring into the next map.
And Control is a map that we definitely see go towards the side of Thieves. Both these two teams well versed in this mode, as you would expect, and have already played each other on Hotel twice this season. We're sitting at 1 apiece after those 2 games though. But LAT overall 11-5 record, Atlanta 9-6. Thieves will still fancy this. Control coming up, map number 4 is a winnable one for them as well. It's still a question mark over that map number 5, but will we see it? If aBeZy can keep this up, it is a worrisome trend for the side of the LA Thieves. The 1.19 and the half point is not bad, but Search and Destroy is where his bread is indeed buttered in. Well, I mean, it was just so tough for Thieves to try and deal with him, but Control is a different game mode, we're into a different map. How is this one gonna go? Have Thieves got the reverse sweep in them, or do FaZe just throw them to the wolves yet?
Here we go. Redemption, glory, all on the line. First few kills, though, will go the way of FaZe. The Control's a long old map, and it will not be decided in that opening break.
That's a 3-man stack for FaZe over towards the B side. Oh, Octane Nelly reads it. Does read it, aBeZy don't. Now with a headshot multiplier, you'll take that one. Now Thieves will probably default back themselves over towards A. Slasher, ready and wing.
And they've actually got a few here. Gonna have to stop that clock. Get on the haze. Thieves will do exactly that. Raza finds a kill as well. And with those kills coming down, FaZe are probably going to push towards B now. Give up A. This is huge for them.
Yeah, a little bit of threat over towards the B side. They know where FaZe are going to be spawning. They've got bedroom control there as well. This is potential for Thieves.
They've locked them in. Only Sim's got a kill coming out of this one. The first tick is now going through. It's a stack for Thieves. They have broken the back of Atlanta FaZe, and they are ready. That second tick is going to go in. It's a big chow. Slash looking for it. Sim finds one onto Octane, and Sim finds all 3, because of course he does. A 4 streak for Simp stops the B push.
And that's still good from Thieves, though. If you would offer them that opportunity, you say you only get 2 ticks, they snap your hand off. That's not a bad push whatsoever from the side of Thieves. Unfortunately, it's the Slasher Chal in the middle that kind of somewhat distracted. They can't do much from there, but A progress now well underway. FaZe having a look at this one, though. aBeZy will find one into Draza. The push starting to come in here from FaZe from multiple different angles. Simp with another 2. There may well be 4 ticks over towards the side of Thieves, but time is going to slow down here. 35 seconds for Thieves to try and find a tick.
Been a lot of talk this season about aBeZy, about Celium running up the numbers, but Simp ready to go again. A 7 streak for him. He is everywhere on this map. He's going to get caught, almost turns and burns.
They've got
Not
B.
quite. That B is going to be captured. It's good for Thieves. It doesn't look great when a player's on 7th streak, but it doesn't matter. The ticks are what matters, and LA Thieves only need 1.
And that's a massive overstep from the side of FaZe there. They push towards Kitchen, they know they're going to spawn B side. They don't win their gunfights. It's an overzealous push from the side of Atlanta FaZe. I'll get my words out eventually, but now they have A to lock down. It is doable. We've seen it done from either two of these teams before. Kitchen controlling out the side of FaZe, lives in their favor as well.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much confidence for FaZe, but can they hold? Thieves are stacking every corner, looking for it as well, but Simp wins the gunfight, and that means Thieves have to wait a second again. Octane will find one on a busy. Draza will find the second. Slasher has to make this kill to keep the numbers there, and he makes it. They can now pinch back onto it. Draza already found Celium. Slasher's just staying alive. The tick's already going to go in. He has to jump. He has to jump out. He gets the contest. Trying to fire in every single direction. And Abizi arrives like a hero made out of gold and stops Thieves.
11v7 in terms of the lives. Massive from Slasher. Takes his time, jumps on when he can, and gives Abizi the time to put himself into a position now. It looks like may well be one-dimensional push for the side of Thieves. 30 seconds to go. They got to move quick.
Envoy flying in here, looking for Abizi, but it's too good from FaZe. 4 players left, 23 seconds. The Thieves want this. They could taste victory on this map. The tiniest of margins, but Slasher and Abizi, have they just done enough?
Well, that was the child he needed. He knew Celium was there, but sometimes it doesn't matter. 3v3 on the site.
Oh, they've got them only one. Gonna be Envoy left. He finds the first. Looks for the second. It's no good. 5 ticks to Thieves. But they will be re-watching what Slasher and Abizi just did. They pulled the win out of the fire. And if that doesn't make the highlight reel, production will be very upset.
And the thing is that this is why we try not to talk about KD too much. Slasher dropping a 3 and 5 in that round with 500 damage. It's not quite the lowest in the lobby right now, but it's not a big scoreline. It's not about the amount of kills that you make, though. The fact that he finds one towards Kitchen is what ultimately wins them the round. Finds the kill towards Kitchen, pushes in, gives Abizi and Co time. Everything was because Slasher defended well. Now it's Thieves' turn.
So there is a benefit here. If Thieves can hold their defense, they've got 5 ticks. That's all they've got to do. Keep playing these rounds, keep playing these ticks. At the moment, Atlanta FaZe is setting up to try and get their first ones in, but they are not winning the gunfights they want. They will eventually get into restaurant, but still pressure coming from LA.
What is going on in this crowd? What is that noise? I'm losing my mind. FaZe are inside the point. 8 ticks now, rattling through. Careful not to give over too much of the map, though. You can see already Celium starting to overextend over towards that B side, but Thieves want it back.
Gotta be careful, gotta be careful. Simp finds the kills as well now, and they're looking for it. Envoy with a huge kill on the Celium.
Yeah.
It may have looked like 1 kill on the mini-map, but doing that saved them from any sort of B pressure. The easy one is done. A secured. Can they get to B?
Big from Octane there to find the 2 kills to shut down any potential flank. And you can actually see Slasher's made another huge play there. He holds down bedroom side, fully expecting Thieves' players to find a push through there to get control. And now all of a sudden, if you're Thieves, you do not have a lot of purchase over towards this bedroom side. Atlanta FaZe are slowly closing that vice over towards the B side. Here come the shots, here come the pushes. Celium with one to the back end, boy, and Draza though answer well.
They're waiting for them. Celium trying to stay alive. Obviously, snaking is hard out, but it isn't going to be enough. A reset is in order. LA Thieves will reset the battle line. They will draw their line in the sand. Octane going to deflect all of that around the corner at the moment. Not able to get the third. Simp will break the back. But it's still a long way. The spawn is in kitchen for FaZe. It slows them down.
And Thieves keep getting caught out when they're pushing through bedroom. They're trying to push a little bit further just to push them back towards kitchen, find some kills as the side of FaZe come off the spawn. And they've been caught a couple of times. Celium bottom light is going to now back down after he finds another one at the Kenny. So they're just trying to clear bedroom. Thieves are offering those opportunities over towards the side of FaZe. Now they're dug in the trenches. The sights are up. Slasher, big shots into Draza. Opportunity here for the side of FaZe. Look at Envoy though inside of bedroom. He's the player to try and save Thieves here if this goes wrong.
He's already got one. He's got one onto Abizi as well. Simp fighting from the back here. They know exactly where Envoy is going to be. As he flies out, Simp finds him, but Kenny will get the trade coming through. Celium gets another. At this time, they have found their way onto it. They're already fighting through mid as well. Octane versus Slasher. The gunfight coming through. Second tick is now slowly getting there. They have the bodies. Atlanta FaZe have made the moves.
2 ticks are in, the third's about to follow. This could be a 2-0 lead, but Kenny will find the push. Envoy is there, he needs to find more, they need more. Yeah, from the side of Thieves, draws it. We'll give them 1-1, and it's going to be a BZ. FaZe 2 to the good in the series, 2 to the good in the control. By the hair on their chinny chin, they get it done, but my goodness. Thieves were in control the whole round until they went.
And that is unbelievable. Envoy was in the position, but they knew they were gunning. They were not missing. Simp is 19-12, by the way. 15 non-traded kills. And for Thieves, a little bit of panic and despair will now start to set in. No rounds on the S&D. So far, no rounds on the control.
It's beginning to look like a potential whitewash, especially in these last 2 maps. But Thieves, all the fact that they're 2-0 down, it a couple of gunfights here and there might look a little bit different, and you go on to win the rounds. You go on to win both. Now the push over towards the A site. Thieves didn't get this luxury of extending this time as early as they would have liked. The BZ will find one on the flank, and FaZe will prosper themselves to try and find a retake. Yep.
Here we go. It's simple. Get in the way, hold it down. At the moment, LA Thieves won't overextend this. They might find a player go through, but they're not going to get it at the moment. Sim just comes flying in. He's challenging everybody he wants to. Eventually will be taken down. LA Thieves did spread out around Dave, but they're not even getting it.
Salium will find 2 as well. This will slow down Thieves just a little bit more. Now FaZe smell blood in the water. Here they come. BZ will find 1. He's going to find a second here on the Draza as well. Salium towards the back. Can they do anything to stop them? It's 3 from a BZ. In out. Not captured by the side of Thieves. And FaZe in the ascendancy at the moment here. Pricey, a minute to go for Thieves to try and find something.
And Thieves weren't expecting it. Most teams will give that up at that point. They will say no more going to A. It's set up, get ready for B. A BZ doesn't care. And it looks like they're going to go for it again. Slash is going to find the first one and will eventually be traded out. More players here from Atlanta FaZe. The BZ again. He finds the second, not the third. Kenny holds them on as they get A. But they are down in lives by 7. 1 minute 42 on the clock to not be humiliated by FaZe at the major.
Sasha holding down the back. Envoy will find it. We know when it comes down to control, it takes 1 good break. And then we can maybe find Thieves back into this series. But right now, they have 9 lives remaining. Octane towards the back will find 2 important kills. Abizi, though, because of these lives remaining on the side of FaZe, because of their confidence, he is absolutely delusional as he flies around the map. It's a 2 spree for him. Abizi is frying. FaZe holding on as Octane gets taken down towards the back as well. Thieves have got to do this the hard way.
They have 6 lives remaining and they must spend them wisely. 5 lives remaining. LA Thieves are shocked. They have not expected to be destroyed off of this map at every turn. Can LA Thieves find some magic? Is there a fairy tale in the writing for them? They have to find a way forward. They have no lives left. And here we go. 3 lives. That's 2 lives. There's 1 life. It's all over, surely. Envoy, the last one alive. And he's trying, he's hoping, he's praying, he's gone. And Atlanta FaZe, the Major 2 champions, have made a statement. Do not come at it today. We are built different.
And I'm not gonna lie, FaZe just beat the hell out of them. Beat the absolute hell out of them.
Scoreboard, baby, scoreboard. I'm gonna throw that one up on stream, surely, because that is outrageous. I think it's 28-17, 26-17.
I mean, Sims just, they're talking to each other like, well, I mean, look, what else do we do in that situation? They have absolutely bodied them 3-0. Yeah, okay, map number 1 was super close. It comes down to the wire. Maps 2 and 3, the absolute opposite of that. Slash is just chilling. Abizi 27-16, Simp 28-17. The Tiny Terrors take over map number 3. That was a statement performance from FaZe to come out at the major.
And I'm sorry, I thought it would be closer.
I thought it would be a lot closer too.
I mean, the halfway set us up wonderfully.